Carly Fortune's hit romance novel, Meet Me at the Lake. Well, that's now on ice after Netflix decided not to renew its $100 million deal with Harry and Meghan. Kinsey,
It started as a regular evening. On Wednesday night, Stephen Colbert was filming his late-night talk show. Actor Josh Brolin had come on as a guest for typical celebrity promotion. He talked about behind-the-scenes stories from the new Knives Out movie, promoted his latest action film, and made jokes to entertain the viewers. The cameras were running, the crowd was lively, and everything looked set for a normal, planned interview segment. Then something changed. Someone placed a glass of light golden pink wine in front of Brolin. The bottle had no visible brand label, but anyone familiar with celebrity business ventures would recognize what it was immediately.
Securing the rights to make this movie, and there's no director, no casting calls, no cast. The writer's strike has come and gone. There's just simply no excuse. And while Meet Me at the Lake seems to be DOA, Meghan's camp is leaking stories that she...
Brolin lifted the glass toward the studio lights and examined it carefully for a moment. Then he delivered his blunt observation. "Wait, is this supposed to be wine? It looks like urine." The audience's response was immediate and overwhelming. This wasn't the polite laughter you'd expect from a talk show crowd. It was loud, genuine belly laughter, the kind that erupts when someone says exactly what everyone is thinking but no one dares to voice. They weren't just laughing at a clever joke. They were laughing because his comment felt painfully accurate. In that single moment, Meghan Markle's rosé wine brand transformed from a luxury product into a source of ridicule. Brolin never mentioned Meghan Markle by name or said American Riviera Orchard. The connection was obvious to everyone watching. Celebrity wine brands and popular culture are so closely connected that as soon as Brolin lifted that strangely colored glass, audiences immediately recognized what it was. Meghan's rosé wine had been heavily promoted for months before its launch. The marketing featured beautiful pink-toned images with scenic vineyard backgrounds. Meghan appeared in carefully arranged photos where she looked naturally elegant and sophisticated. The promotional campaign created such strong brand recognition that no explanation was needed when the product appeared on screen. Everything about the marketing campaign was designed to look sophisticated and refined. But Brolin's blunt comment destroyed that carefully built image in just 5 seconds. The connection was so clear that social media users quickly started sharing screenshots of the TV moment next to official promotional photos of Meghan's rosé wine. They pointed out how remarkably similar the color in Brolin's glass looked to Meghan's product under the bright studio lighting. The side-by-side comparisons made the resemblance undeniable, turning what was meant to be elegant marketing into an embarrassing comparison. This wasn't simply a joke. It was public criticism on a major platform. The comment might have been forgotten in a private conversation, but late-night TV reaches millions of people. It acts like a megaphone that makes everything louder. Within minutes, video clips of Brolin's comments spread across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. By the next morning, Meghan's rosé wine was trending online, but not in the way her marketing team had hoped. Social media influencers started making parody videos where they poured apple juice or energy drinks into wine glasses, and repeated Brolin's comment with fake shock and disgust. Wine experts also joined the conversation, but they didn't defend Meghan's product. Instead, they subtly suggested that her rosé had always been disappointing and overhyped. One wine expert posted on Instagram, "I'm not saying Brolin is wrong. I'm just saying I've never tasted a wine that costs $65 and has such a mild flavor." They added a yellow emoji to emphasize their point. The harm to the brand wasn't minor. It became a permanent internet joke. For Meghan, the comment itself might not have been devastating, but the audience's reaction made it much worse. It wasn't just that people found it amusing. It was a type of laughter they made, the knowing laugh of people who already saw her brand as fake, overhyped, and deserving of mockery. The laughter revealed how the public really saw her. In that moment, they didn't view her as a refined former duchess who became a successful businesswoman. Instead, they saw her as a disconnected celebrity trying to sell an expensive bottle of average wine. The visual impact was terrible for her image. The audience wasn't laughing along with Meghan. They were laughing at her. They laughed with the excited energy of people who felt they had finally gotten proof of something they had always suspected about her. From a business perspective, this wasn't just a small mistake. It was a complete loss of credibility. This moment was so damaging because Meghan's rosé wine wasn't simply another product. It was a carefully planned part of her new identity after leaving the royal family. She had positioned it as a symbol of class, independence, and business success. Every aspect of a brand, from the label design to the press announcements to the photo shoots, was carefully created to put her in the same category as other successful celebrity entrepreneurs like Gwyneth Paltrow and Reese Witherspoon. However, unlike these other celebrities, Meghan's public reputation was already unstable. She was dealing with royal family drama, criticism about her Netflix projects, and mixed public opinions. This meant her rosé wine wasn't just a beverage. It represented her entire personal story and image. When Brolin's offhand comment compared it to urine, he wasn't just criticizing a wine. He was attacking the foundation of her carefully built new identity. The criticism wasn't just about a drink. It was an attack on her image, her taste, her decision-making, and whether she was genuine. Years of carefully building her public reputation fell apart because of one joke that made people laugh. By the next morning, the internet had turned Josh Brolin's late-night comment into a major online event. Hashtags like #UrineRose, #Evergrows, and #Winegate were trending on X, formerly Twitter. TikTok users made videos pretending to be wine experts who dramatically smelled the wine before pulling back in fake disgust. Instagram posts showed people pouring yellow sports drinks into fancy wine glasses with captions saying Brolin was right. Even wine influencers, who usually avoid criticizing celebrity products, started posting blind taste tests where Meghan's rosé consistently came in last place. This wasn't just harmless internet fun. It had become a massive, organized online attack, and Meghan was the main target. The mockery spread across every social media platform, with each one adding its own creative way to ridicule her product and, by extension, her credibility as a businesswoman. Behind the scenes, rumors started spreading in the wine industry that this embarrassing moment had been building for a long time. Several wine sellers and buyers, speaking privately to industry magazines, admitted that Meghan's rosé had serious quality issues. The wine looked expensive, but the taste didn't justify the high price. Some industry insiders even claimed that Meghan had focused more on how the product looked than how it actually tasted. They said she had chosen the bottle design, label artwork, and marketing photos long before the wine recipe was finalized. One wine critic, without directly mentioning Brolin's comment, published a harsh review describing the wine's weak smell and strangely dull aftertaste. The review clearly echoed the TV joke that started controversy. While all this criticism spread online, Meghan's official social media accounts remained completely quiet. People close to her Montecito home said she was extremely angry and deeply embarrassed by Brolin's late-night comment. According to one insider, she immediately told her public relations team to take control of the situation, but the internet story had already spread too far. Another source claimed she even thought about contacting The Late Show to request an apology or a chance to explain her side. However, her advisors warned that this would only bring more attention to the story. For someone who had worked so hard to appear calm and in control of her public image, this viral moment was particularly damaging. This was her worst nightmare, losing control over how the public sees her. Meanwhile, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert enjoyed a huge ratings increase. The video clip of Josh Brolin's comment became one of the show's most watched YouTube videos that month, attracting viewers who didn't normally watch the program. In a cruel twist, Meghan's embarrassment became Colbert's viral success and probably made Brolin a fan-favorite guest. The show's producers didn't need to make any statements, explain the context, or apologize for the joke. They just let the internet spread it naturally. Every time someone watched a clip online, it meant more advertising money for CBS and more viewers for their show. It was an accidental masterpiece of late-night TV viral marketing. The most harmful part of this controversy for Meghan is that it's no longer really about the wine. It's about how people see her. Even if her rosé won major awards tomorrow, the comparison to urine is now permanently stuck in people's minds. Once a product becomes an internet joke, people stop taking it seriously. Think about it. No matter how she tries to rebrand, relaunch, or change the story, this embarrassing moment will always follow her. For people who already dislike Meghan, this incident has become a perfect example of what they think she represents. Caring more about appearance and quality, choosing hype over honesty, and focusing on marketing instead of substance. Unlike royal family gossip in tabloid newspapers, this wasn't just rumors. This was a public moment of ridicule broadcast on television, laughed at by a live studio audience, and saved forever by millions of people online. This type of embarrassment doesn't disappear. It stays with you. Celebrity wine brands succeed or fail based on their prestige and image. Once people stop seeing a product as sophisticated, it becomes almost impossible to recover. Meghan's rosé was marketed as a perfect drink for elegant occasions and people with refined taste. But Brolin's blunt comparison turned it into a joke overnight. What used to be a $30 bottle that promised floral flavors and a smooth finish is now mentally connected to urine in people's minds. In luxury markets where image means everything, this kind of negative association can destroy a product permanently. Meghan's life after the royal family has been built on carefully chosen media appearances, controlled interviews, and expensive deals in lifestyle and entertainment businesses. But in Hollywood, rumors and opinions spread much faster than facts. According to several entertainment industry insiders, movie studio executives and business partners have noticed the Brolin incident, not just because it was embarrassing, but because of how Meghan handled it. Her reaction, angry in private but silent in public, made her look overly sensitive about criticism and too worried about her image. In an industry that requires quick thinking and thick skin, that's not the reputation you want when you're trying to make business deals. The rosé embarrassment isn't happening by itself. It's affecting how people view all her other projects. Business experts point out that lifestyle brands depend heavily on promoting multiple products together. The trust customers have when buying your wine is the same trust you need when selling clothing, home products, or entertainment content. With her rosé now an internet joke, potential customers might view anything with Meghan's name as overpriced, overhyped, and disappointing. This could seriously hurt her ability to launch new consumer products without completely changing her brand image first. It's worth noting that Meghan has spent years trying to control how people see her story. From carefully planned interviews to the heavily produced Netflix documentary series, every public move was designed to show composure, ambition, and an aspirational lifestyle. But moments like this, unplanned, unedited, and widely shared, destroy the narrative control she values most. Once the public sees a weakness in someone's image, they start looking for more problems. In public relations terms, this is called a credibility crack. And if it gets worse, it can destroy even the most powerful personal brands.